In this video we will be installing a model not in the model library of Ollama. So basically just one that you find on Hugging Face that you want to try that's not easily downloaded from Ollama. This is pretty much a continuation from my previous video. I'm going to assume that you have Ollama running in Docker. If you don't, I'll leave the previous video link in the description. First, you're going to want to download your weights and put them in the Ollama models folder. You can see here that I'm using the Pivot Evil model. I want to use it for a D&D campaign, and I'm not too worried about the replies. I think it'll be funny either way. I've also built a model file here, so we just want a from section, and that will just point to the weights. Template. So the template is basically the structure of the chat that you're going to have with this model. So you're given an instruction here. I just created a fictional character and just kind of gave the model a brief description of what that character is like. Then we have the prompt here, and that will be the user input that we'll be inputting later in open-webui. And then here we're telling it to respond as the character. The parameter, temperature 1, it's just telling the model to be a little bit more creative. You can play around with that number a little bit. And the system section is basically where you give it like a little bit more flavor, I guess, like some roles. It's very similar to the template here that we gave it, but just helps reinforce that you're responding as a character. And I will leave this on my website so people can play around with it if they like, or just kind of use this as a starting point. So we want to remote into our container again. So just do a docker ps to get the container ID here, and then step into it with the docker exec command that I showed in a previous video. And once we're in here, we can check if there are any models. There aren't. And you'll want to check the mapping here, because this is, we want to navigate into the models file to create this. And you can see we put our Ollama folder in root/.ollama and then into the models folder. So let's go /root.ollama models. And now that we're in here, we can see that our model file and our weights are in there. And then we can go ahead and create a model. So it is model name first, so I'll just use the fictional character that we've created, and the file for the model that's going to use the template and system parameters for. And this is going to take a little bit, so I'll just skip forward. Alright, so that took about 5 minutes or so, and we can see that our new file, or our new model, is there. So let's go check it out in open-webui. Alright, in open-webui, you'll notice the list here. It's empty. All you have to do is refresh, and we have the new model that we've created. So with the model selected here, we can just start chatting with it. I'm going to use a character that I've used on previous D&D campaign, and it's interesting. It doesn't really understand what's going on here, it seems. I'm going to try one more. I'm not sure if it is my message, or perhaps the model just isn't very good. I haven't really tried this one out. I just know that it can respond with some like swear words and such. So it'd be kind of funny in some situations, I think. Okay, so still not great. Maybe we'll try modifying the model file and recreating it. Okay, so I've just recreated the model using a small change to the model file. I basically just removed the system parameter, and I'm going to use the same text and see if it has a better idea of what's happening. It does take slightly longer the first run. Say I just named the model slightly different, Telia 2. Still not great. Let's try one more thing. Okay, so I've made a third model now, and it is Telia 3. I only kept the system message in this time, and I will use the same text. And hopefully it takes in the user input. I feel like that's what's happening, is it's not really reading the user input or not inserting it into the template there. Maybe I have the template syntax wrong. I noticed on Ollama it does look a lot different. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that one's a lot closer. So, probably just going to use the system message until I figure out what's going on with the template. If anyone else knows what's going wrong, maybe it is the syntax I'm using for the template. And according to Ollama, the system parameter is supposed to be used within the template if applicable, but we didn't really have a section for it, so maybe that has something to do with it. I don't think so, but if anyone can steer me in the right direction, that'd be great, and I will make a new video if I figure out what's going on. And thanks everyone for watching. I hope this was helpful. The last half of this video I was just kind of modifying how the interaction with the model would work. You don't have to put those parameters in the model file. You really only need the first line there from if you want to use the default information in the model.